the next time they get the ball. We have DK Ajuri.
Max Smith, is it?
And Max Smith, I can't see the other number.
We won't be able to see any of them by the time this one's over.
Now that's Agu Nuasu bringing it back. And University Liga will start on their own 44-yard line.
The tendency in these ball games is to play most of it between the 40s, and that's been the case so far. Of course, it's very early. The starting offense for ULS, as I have it here, is Knutson at center, Evans and Simons at the guards, Wise and Zinn at tackles, Navarro and Dodds at the ends, and the backfield of Listman at quarterback, and Wosu, Smith, and Jury at the running backs. They're in the wishbone.
There we go.
1st and 10 at their own 42. The give is to Smith, and he gets short yardage off right tackle. Establish the fullback.
Brought down by Tim Strope, middle linebacker, 5'10", 165 as he went off of right tackle for just a couple of yards, maybe just 1 yard.
It looked like more, but it's 2nd and 9. Listman pitches. Jury has a short gain, maybe 4. Bring up a 3rd and 5.
DK Ajuri, number 30, just a 10th grader, about 5'10", 170. Great all-around athlete here at University Liga, plays 3 sports. Spent a week this summer along with Billy Listman, the quarterback at the Michigan football camp.
The 3 ULS running backs are all about the same size. 5'11", 170, 5'10", 175, 5'10", 170.
Oh boy. Billy Listman was just leveled by the right defensive end there, just as he went to throw the ball.
So the first team to go to the air is ULS, living dangerously in the rain.
Bill Ruther, the senior punter, is in, and Billy's been doing an excellent job for University Liggett.
He gets the kick away, a low one, could bounce, could be trouble for Wesleyan. That one's going down near the goal line. We'll see the coverage. And ULS has the first break in the ball game as they have Wesleyan deep in their own territory. And if the football stays wet, anything could happen here.
It's hard from our angle to see what yard line they're on, but I think it's around the 10. So that turned out to be about a 43, 44-yard punt with the skip.
With the skip.
I think that we will find that today's game will be a quick one too, because the ball's not going to be in the air much. And
handoff tries to cut back, and not too much good footing. Wesleyan has possession, but ULS has position. Wesleyan 90 yards away.
I think we've got to keep a real close eye, though, on Caldwell, Art Caldwell.
Second and 10. Tries to get it around the left side, and we couldn't see whether it's a handoff or a pitch, but we can see that there was no big yardage gained on it, maybe a little lost.
Well, he lost about 3 yards on that, and the boy responsible for the tackle is number 17, Mike Barnes, a freshman, 5'6", 140. He plays like he's about 6'3", 225, loves to hit, and he's going to be a great player before he's finished here at University Liggett. As a freshman, starting at cornerback.
Third and long. Quarterback keeps it, tries to get outside, and does not make it. So Wesleyan will be forced to punt a wet football from their own end zone.
Again, from our angle, it's hard to see who made that tackle, but it looked like Eric Wise, defensive tackle, was had something to do with the play, and I'll bet when we look at the tape of this game, you'll see that little number 17 in there somewhere too. Caldwell back to punt.
That's been 1, 2, 3 kick so far for both teams. He gets it away. And the ULS will have a first down at about the 42. 32-yard punt, no return.
And I think University Liggett was a little bit lucky to hold on to that ball. There didn't seem to be much communication between the two boys that were back to receive that punt, and fumbles are caused because of lack of communication. But Agu Nuwasu held on to the ball, and University Liggett's in pretty good field position.
That's about the biggest play in football, other than a score, is to punt and then get it right back when the defense drops it, when the receiving team drops it. Oh my, the pitch out goes awry, and wisely, whoa, it's going to be a dead ball foul on that one.
Yeah, that was rather obvious. That reminded me a little bit of a play in the Chicago Bear-Green Bay game last year, where the play was over and guy was just standing there and somebody just leveled him. That was just not necessary at all.
Agu Wosu did the wise thing when the pitch out took off on its own, and that was to go and jump on it. The penalty will move it up to where they're about 6 yards to go.
Okay, what are we? 2nd down and 8 here, so we're on about the 40-yard line, Wesleyan's 40-yard line.
We'll see.
Wow.
It looked almost as if the center snapped it one late. Everybody was offsides.
Yeah, I think that was the center must have been thinking too when everybody else went on one. But
so it's 3rd and long.
No, it's 2nd down. It was a dead ball foul, so we have 2nd down and about 12 or 13. Lars Knudsen, our center, is one of the best blockers we have and excellent football player. So
the pitch out
to DK Ajuri, goes around the right side and picks up about 5 or 6 yards, but that's going to leave University Liggett with a 3rd down and about 7 or 8. 3rd down and about 8.
Second, 3rd down of the ball game for ULS. First time they tried a quick pass to the tight end over the middle. Good yardage, but not enough. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, here's the first sort of big decision that Mr. Newvine, Coach Newvine, has to make, and I see Bill Ruther coming onto the field, so I guess he's gonna kick at it, and that's probably a wise choice. He's 4th down and about 4.
Well, things worked very well for them the last time, as they had Wesleyan starting about their own 10-yard line, so they'll hope to do that again.
You always hope for a good snap, especially on a wet day, but there's a decent snap. Yeah, Bill was a little bit off balance there.
Well, there'll be no return. Oh, well, wait a minute. It looked as if the ball was going to roll out of bounds. In fact, I was almost sure of it, and then it hit the mud flats over there and stopped just a couple of inches inbounds. The return man went to pick it up and slid out of bounds.
But again, it looked like Billy slipped a little bit as he went to punt that ball, and it's about a 18-yard punt. So now Wesleyan will start from about their own 18 or 19 yard line. Again, it's very hard from our angle to see.
Dive play over the left side. Not too much yardage, maybe 2, maybe 3.
Again, Agu was in on the tackle for University Liggett, and they picked up a couple of yards. It's going to get tougher and tougher for us, Coach Conley, as this game goes on to pick out those numbers.
Well, it would be very difficult from our vantage point from behind the defense here to see the numbers on the offense, even on a sunny day. Chances are it's going to be Caldwell, though.
Yeah, here he comes. Good defense. Boy, good defense. I think that was Ted Evans who just arrived right in the middle of that play, just about the same time the handoff was made, and threw him for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. So they're looking at 3rd and 11. And on a day like this, we could be looking at the one turnover that makes a difference.
Could happen at any time, although I think that there are going to be many turnovers today. That would be a good guess under these conditions. We've had 2 fumbles so far, but there hasn't been an exchange on either one.
Well, again, there's about a 5 or 6 yard loss, and I'm sorry, but we could not pick up the player who made that outstanding defensive play. And Wesleyan is faced with about a 4th and 17, 16 or 17 to go. And University Liggett is getting closer and closer each time they get the ball.
It's been about 5 yards of possession.
We have Agu and DK back. It looks like it's coming to Agu. Oh,
this time about a 7 yard return.
He was stopped by number 72, Chris Strope, and if he had gotten by Chris, he was gone because he had a wall. But Chris made the tackle, and University Liggett will start on about the 34 yard line of Wesleyan Academy. We have 1 minute and 16 seconds to go in the first quarter, and we are scoreless.
Been a fast quarter, no timeouts, out of bounds a couple times, and that's about it for play stoppage. Pitch to the short side. Oh boy, he could go. He could go. He's on the left side, and he is. He's gone. First blood is drawn by ULS as they take a 6-0 lead. There are no flags on the field, as the jury has a 32-yard touchdown run.
Beautiful run, right about at the line of scrimmage when he cut to his right. I thought that he was going to be tackled, but he just exploded through there and was untouched.
He did a beautiful job of staying balanced and tiptoeing on the sideline in the mud and keeping the play going.
Again, just a 10th grader, and he's going to be something before his career is over at University Liggett. University Liggett was forced to take a timeout because they were 1 short on their point after attempt team.
And a very wise decision it was, because the point after could be a deciding factor today.
No doubt about it. I think that first quarter, we have 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, was just a matter of each time University Liggett forced Wesleyan to punt, University Liggett got the ball in better field position, and then were able to break that long touchdown run by DK Ajuri. There had to be a couple of pretty good blocks right on the corner there, Coach, and unfortunately I didn't pick those up. And we are announcers and spotters and a little bit of everything. We don't have the luxury of having 2 or 3 people to help us out with that, but we'll do the best we can.
Well, there are 11 in there now.
And University Liggett's going to go for 2.
And do not get it.
Wait, there's a flag. There's a flag on the play, and I thought that Agu was interfered with, if in fact Agu was the intended receiver, but he was leveled as Billy threw that ball. And University Liggett's going to get another chance.
Really, I remember hearing the statistic somewhere along the line that 1 out of 5 high school games is decided on extra points. And it would be truer on a wet field, I think, than on a dry one. So that statistic might be a little more true today. It might be 1 out of 4. Another flag.
And it's offside against Wesleyan. University Liggett fumbled that exchange, and they're going to get a third chance.
This is the first time I've ever seen a drive on an extra point attempt.
Well, just like the first quarter, we kept getting closer and closer, and now we're less than a yard away from 2 points.
So here comes try number 3.
All right, they made it.
Straight ahead, Wosu, and he's got it.
That makes it 8-0. University Liggett with 54 seconds to go in the first quarter on a very rainy, cool October Saturday afternoon.
I was talking with Coach Newvine before the ball game, and he said that he would prefer to kick and start off with Wesleyan deep in their own territory if he could, and what he wanted he got, and it worked to perfection.
The Wesleyan Academy white jerseys, as I'm sure you can see, the numbers are completely covered on most of the players, and please bear with us as we try to identify the offensive and defensive plays that are made. Bill Ruther will kick off.
Low boot, it's trouble.
Great kick. Tim Stoop is back to pick it up.
In the territory, and he's hitting again. Wesleyan is deep in their own territory as the kicking game is way on the plus side for ULS so far in the game. 46 seconds left in the first period.
Well, that was an excellent kick by Bill. Tim reached up to try to catch it with one hand, which on a dry day is a little bit questionable, but anyway, it went off of his hand, and then he just had to run back and pick it up. And
well, he lined up in such a way that he just underestimated the distance of the kick.
Right, we have a flag on the field, and they're discussing it with the University Liggett captain. So. A clipping call. And Wesleyan Academy is going to start inside their 10, Coach. It looks like, what, the 6 or 7 yard line over there?
That's as good a guess as any, Bob. Handoff, no big gain. Maybe 3 or 4.
I don't know, Coach. I think he got more than that. Yeah, he got about 6.
We can't see.
It's tough. And that looked like Caldwell again.
Second down, 4 to go. They just get it off before the end of the quarter. And a good gainer, and it'll be a first down. The first down of the ball game so far is picked up
by Art Caldwell on a power sweep or student body right or whatever you want to call it. And the first quarter will end with that play. And at the end of the first quarter, it's University Liggett 8, Wesleyan, nothing.
After this joyride,
Hey,
Jerry
Jerry.
came up and popped him one. Hello, Mr. Cinderblock.
Well, we've talked a lot about DK. Just a sophomore, and he's just going to get better and better and stronger, and he will play college football, Coach. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
If he wants to. 2nd down and 9.
Well, I'm sure that he wants to. We've already talked about that.
Now that is an unbalanced line. Strong side to our side of the field. Rolling out, it's a run all the way. He's got the ball tucked away, and he's going to be hit for a loss. Quarterback Pardee. It's a long way around when you take that route, even on a dry day. He started out back away from the line of scrimmage, which meant that he had to make the 180-degree turn before he got upfield.
Well, Coach, what else is new? 25 consecutive days, and it is pouring.
Blub, blub, blub.
And we are surrounded by wires, and we have these headsets on. Okay, thanks.
Handoff on the right side. It's not going to be a big gain. That was Tim Stroop, the ball carrier.
And we had Paul Zinn, DK, Lars Knudsen, Taiwan Kid. We had quite a few of the University Liggett players were in on that tackle, and now Wesleyan is facing a 4th down and 10.
13.
Whoop. Sorry, I was looking at the down marker over there with...
the down marker says 10 and the scoreboard says 13.
I'll take the down marker.
And who knows?
I'll take the down marker, and that's Coach Wright over there on the down markers. They're running the down box, a varsity basketball coach at University Liggett.
Kick is away, a low one. Could take a tough bounce.
That's Goo
Bosu
again.
picks it up. He's wiggling through the middle. Oh, and he falls down.
Number 70,
He had a
Daryl
little
Hunt.
daylight. And he tried to cut, and his feet went out from underneath him.
Daryl Hunt, a senior tackle, reached out and grabbed a hold of him and just gave a little jerk, and with this wet field, Goo went down.
Well, the trend continues for ULS to get the football near midfield and kick deep to Wesleyan.
Here's where we have to guard against a turnover. It's amazing. We haven't had a turnover yet, Coach. I hope that's not a bad sign.
Quarterback sneak. And Listman is stopped right at the line. Conservative play calling, and I don't blame Coach Newvine.
No, I don't blame him either. I think a pitch out right now with as hard as it's raining is a dangerous play.
2nd and 9.
Now there's the pitch out.
There's the pitch out. Bosu gets a couple of yards.
He was stopped again by number 45, Tim Stroop. And University Liggett is faced with a 3rd down and about 4.5.
Hunt, Stroop, McDonald, Demery, and Swadling are the defensive linemen. Manville, McClatchy, Caldwell, the linebackers, and Tompkins, McDonald, and Swadling, the defensive backs for Wesleyan. Flag on the play. And if, as I name off that defensive alignment, names appear more than once, there are 3 brother combinations on the Wesleyan team.
Well, I think University Liggett, in fact, I'm sure of it, just got called for holding. And that's going to cost them 15 yards, or 10 yards, I'm sorry. And where it would have been 4th down and about 1, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 11, I believe.
It's too wet to hold. You can't hang on to anything.
Well, 3rd down and about 12.
The pitch out again, and it looks like University Liggett got it.
Now that's a first fumble. Let's see who comes up with it. Number 60, Tim Simons, I believe.
Yes.
Recovered that ball just in the nick of time, and there's another flag on the ground being picked up right now, but I guess it was an inadvertent flag, Coach.
It's got too big a lead weight in there.
That's right.
I think that fumble was about the third or fourth in the game, but no fumble has changed hands so far.
Well, we have Art Caldwell back deep, and once again the snap here is going to be critical.
He might not be deep enough. This might go over his head. No, he's got it about right.
At the 25-yard line he picked it up, and here he comes. There's a flag down.
Upfield, and
number 87, Mike Navarro, and along with number 72, Paul Zinn, made the tackle. But we have a flag. We have a flag down.
Well, this is the best field position Wesleyan has had in the game so far.
Well, we have two flags down here, Coach. We have two flags. One at about the 45 and one back at about the 35. We have a roughing the kicker call.
Oh.
And well, wait a minute. Roughing the kicker was the first sign. That could be an automatic first down. Boy, I'll have to admit I didn't see that because I followed the flight of the ball.
Well, there was the that is other than the touchdown, of course, the biggest one play in the game. For the first time, Wesleyan had a chance to get the ball at midfield, and instead possession stays with ULS.
And they have a first down on the Wesleyan 41-yard line. And it's first down, I believe. It says fourth down over there. Coach Wright has not turned that to first down yet, but I thought roughing the kicker was an automatic first down, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, they're not in punt formation.
Well, but it still says fourth down over there. Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Fullback straight ahead, maybe 2 yards.
I think that you're going to see more and more of that as we go through this game. That was Max Smith carrying the ball for a gain of about 1 or 2 yards, and they're changing balls now on almost every play.
Second down, 9 yards to go. They pitch again.
This is Agu.
Both stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Number 70, Daryl Hunt. Defensive end or tackle. I didn't see where he lined up, but boy, he just made a great play. He just strung out the blocking and threw Agu for no gain. Maybe no gain. And University Liggett is faced with a 3rd and 9 here, Coach.
You said a few minutes back that on a day like today, the pitch out was living dangerously, and I agree with you.
And unfortunately, I think the weather's getting worse. The rain's coming down just as hard or even a little harder. It's getting colder. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was hard to tell what that play was. It looked almost like
it looked like a pitch.
Wanted to pitch it out and hit the fullback.
Right, and I think Billy Listman recovered the fumble, but I agree with you, Coach. I think he wanted to pitch it, and the fullback got in the way, or at least that's the way it looked. But I think they're going to decline this penalty and make it a 4th down and about 14 for University Liggett, and
take the ball.
And once again, the snap becomes critical.
It doesn't seem like good football to sit on an 8-point lead in the second quarter, but today it makes a little bit of sense. Bobbled, and he picks it up, Caldwell, and gets about a 20-yard gain. You know, Caldwell's back there in a single safety situation, and it might be a good idea to kick away from him
Yeah, I think though, at least on that
rather
punt,
than right to him.
well, I think on that punt that that Billy's just trying to get get it off. And Lars Knutson's snaps have been absolutely perfect, and he just doesn't want it blocked or doesn't want to drop it, and